This is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. A fairly short kick from the 14, and they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Running again with Barkley on second down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursue, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. With it is Brown. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Let's go, D. Back two, the Mike. Back two, Mike. Back two. Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Oh, a nice spin. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up. Switch. Switch.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Cohen gets it again on 2nd. He gets away from 1. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Fields now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Throwing after the interception. Fields. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Here's Fields. Robinson's got it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. He's going to try and do this himself. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now Saquon Barkley. And some room to work. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 45 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. That catch good for only a couple. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. 6-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Giants 6, Bears 0.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Joe Judge makes the decision. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Off play action, Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Out of the gun, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They run the jet sweep now for Tony. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
He'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. And now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 82 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll go with a keeper. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Giants continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Man open is Robinson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Fields. The screen pass here to Cullen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, G. Watch this.
Fields throwing again. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. He's going to go up top again. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Watch number 29. Single. 52 is the mic right here, over there, Mike.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. The 30. 20. 10. 5. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Play action. It's Fields. His throw incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Check. 54. So don't say nothing. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
To the air again, Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Space to run past the 20, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. A play fake, now Fields to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Brings up second and 1 at the 10-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Second and 1 to Barkley on the check down. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Got nothing. Pick it up. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check, check. Ready?
It's Barkley on the counter, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
44, 44, Mike.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
There you go. Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now Brown. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing. That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Bulls on the handoff. Here's Cohen. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
52, Mike 52. Hey, 13. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
A first throw for the backup Foles. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley, shedding the tackle. Barkley a first down and more. And he's going to wind up with a first down as he's able to even dive for a little extra yardage at the tail end there. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw here. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay, 36 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here's Cohen now to return. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 27 yards. ends. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Touchdown, Chicago! Now the point after try for Santos. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Strip that ball. Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo. Let's go, D. Check 43. Hey, switch gears.
Now back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Watch the curve.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Hey, let's get this.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 44, 44, Mike, 44. And let's get in them holes.
On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Fopo's to Mike. Mike's Fopo. I'm coming.
They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Mike, 44. I'm on.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Fighting his way through contact. A big play there.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Fopo's to Mike. Mike's Fopo. Hey, come on,
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Hey, check. 44, Mike, 44. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Running right through him. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 66 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.